In this lesson, we will investigate how your personal characteristics may influence your experience in the host country. Among these characteristics, your ethnic origin may play a significant role. We may assume that ethnic origin refers to people with a common national, cultural, and historical tradition. An unequivocal classification of ethnic groups is not universally established. Even if you consider yourself as belonging to a clearly defined ethnic group, other people may assign you a different ethnic identity. This depends on the specific elements used to identify you, such as your language, your culture, your religion, or the color of your skin and the perception which other people have of them. For example, if we adopt language as a defined characteristic, the world's largest ethnic groups are the Chinese or the Hispanic. However, both groups are not uniform and may reunite different sub-ethnic groups if we take into consideration also other elements, such as cultural backgrounds or traditions. When planning an activity abroad, at least two different scenarios may be identified. Your ethnic origin is the same or is the prevalent one in the host country, or your ethnic origin is different from the ethnicity prevailing in the host country, or you will work with people having a different ethnic background. In the first case, you will not face big challenges. In the second case, instead, you should be aware that ethnicity may influence your experience abroad in at least two ways. You may be discriminated because of your ethnic origin. You may adopt discriminatory treatment towards other people. Talking about ethnicity, discrimination is any distinction or exclusion or restriction based on your ethnic origin. Discrimination may arise also when ethnic origin is used to intimidate a person or a group or to create a hostile, degrading, humiliating, or offensive environment. When someone is inciting to violence against a person or a group because of their ethnic origin. When your real or perceived ethnic origin causes you feelings of anxiety, distress, or simply puts you in an uncomfortable situation, you may take actions for avoiding the repetition of the same treatment. For example, if you are treated less favorably than other customers in a shop or a coffee due to your ethnic origin, the easiest way to escape discrimination is to avoid buying in that shop. For more serious treatment, you may refer your case to local authorities. In this respect, it is widely accepted that discrimination based on ethnic origin is not tolerated. International human rights law has played a central role into the affirmation of this principle. Most countries of the world are bound by the International Convention on the Elimination of all forms of racial discrimination. This means that all state parties shall ensure effective protection and remedies against any acts of ethnic discrimination. Considering also that other international and regional human rights commitments reaffirm the prohibition of discrimination based on ethnic origin, you might also be able to submit a claim to an international human rights committee or to a regional human rights court. Let's now consider the other situation. In some contexts, you may not be fully aware that your usual behavior may be perceived as offensive by local people or your colleagues in light of their ethnic origin. This may be the case especially when ethnic origin intersects with other aspects of their identity, such as religion or gender. In this respect, it is important to remind that also disseminating ideas based on racial superiority as well as on ethnic hate and discrimination are not related. In some countries, serious cases of discrimination or incitement to hate or violence based on ethnic origin may be prohibited by law. This means that if you don't respect the law, you may be prosecuted in those countries. Hence, do not forget to consider if your own words, attitudes or actions may have a discriminatory impact on people around you. Different, although complementary, issues may arise in case of ethnicity is connected to an experience or research abroad. For example, you may investigate a specific ethnic group or work with a non-homogeneous ethnic research group. In both cases, you should consider how a different ethnicity may impact on your research questions and methodology. To get informed about the ethnic dimension of the group you will work with and the possible implication for your fieldwork. To contact an academic institution or a researcher that may be involved already in similar researches in your host country and discuss the ethnic dimension of your research. To define ethical guidelines to make sure that ethnic issues will not influence your research findings or have a negative impact on the communities involved. Let's recap. Your ethnicity may influence your experience abroad. To be prepared against risk of discrimination, do not hesitate to check specific information on your country of destination, and especially if there are any particular ethnic tensions. Also, remember that people around you may experience discrimination because of your own attitudes or words or actions. That is why I invite you to be informed about the cultural background of the country where you are going to and to analyze the different contexts where you will be operating.